here's what happened, and here's why we are asking the question: could Venezuela become a part of the United States? And what about the currency? President Trump recently stated on Fox News that he is seriously considering the idea of Venezuela becoming a part of the United States. Now, these remarks comes months after the dramatic U.S. operation that led to the capture of the Venezuelan leader, Nicolas Maduro, on narco-terrorism charges earlier this year. Now, following the Venezuelan leader's removal, Venezuela's vice president, Rodriguez is her last name, assumed leadership position and rejected any suggestion that Venezuela would ever become a U.S. state. She went on to say that she would defend Venezuelans' sovereignty and independence and national identity. Trump linked the proposal to Venezuela's enormous oil wealth. Venezuela holds some of the world's largest, not some of, the world's largest oil reserves in the world. And Trump claimed the reserves could be worth trillions of dollars. Now, but this is what experts are saying. Any attempt to make Venezuela a part of the United States would face the U.S. Congress, first of all, legal, constitutional, and political barriers. So this would not be an easy task. It would also involve consent from the Venezuelan people and their government. At this stage, there is no official process underway to make Venezuela a state. However, this kind of talk from a sitting president matters, and here's why. When a sitting president makes a statement, he has the ability to increase the stock market by billions of dollars in a day or two. He also has the ability for the stock market to crash almost. So in other words, he's got abilities. No, Venezuela is not a corporation. However, Venezuela remains one of the most strategically important oil-producing countries in the Western Hemisphere. Its location near the U.S. Gulf Coast refineries makes Venezuelan crude oil especially valuable to American energy markets. Now, for years, Venezuela has been holding hands with Russia, China, and Iran, while relationships with Washington had just really deteriorated. And Trump came in and said, no, we're not having that. Not in the Western Hemisphere, not in our backyard. At the same time, the critics argue the talk of annexation or direct U.S. control risk inflaming tensions in Latin America. Now, we already know that our president doesn't give a damn what tensions his statements cause. We give a damn because we're out here in the world. But he's got security and he just doesn't give a damn. But this is what I want the channel to understand. I promised some of you that I would go to Venezuela at the end of this year and I would buy currency not only for you, but myself, because that's what I do. I have pushed my travel plans back to the 1st of 2027. Now, let me explain to you why I did that. There are rumors of unsafety. That's the first thing. But the second thing is the safety issue doesn't bother me so much. If I can get to my Airbnb or my hotel, wherever it is I'm staying, I know how to stay in place. I know how to make myself scarce. That's not the real issue if there's not an out and out target on U.S. expats. And there isn't. There are expat groups within Venezuela right now that are living, everything's okay. The thing that keeps me pushing the travel dates back is because of the rumors of food insecurity, food scarcity. I'm retired. I travel to these different countries on my limited retirement income, and I purchase the currency of the different countries that I visit, and I hold on to this currency, and I wait for these currencies to increase in value. But I do not go to places where there is a food scarcity. That word, food insecurity, disturbs me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to go to somewhere where food is an issue. Because the moment you walk out your door to go to the grocery store, once it's established that that's where you're going, if food insecurity is an issue, that automatically becomes a safety issue. So I felt that I needed to explain to you that I'm not lying to you about when I'm going to Venezuela. I just want you to understand that I do have concerns. And until those concerns are cleared up, I ain't going. It's as simple as that. But I want you to know that I haven't forgotten my promise to you, and I too want to get my hands on or purchase the Venezuelan currency. Experts are telling us that investing in the VES, Venezuela's currency, is not, and I repeat, is not a good idea. And we understand that. The currency keeps decreasing against the dollar. Now, what the channel will do is keep you updated on exactly what's going on in Venezuela and when we should absolutely engage in purchasing or getting our hands on the currency. Right now it's decreasing. We expect that it's going to go up. We do not expect that it's going to be another Iraqi situation where it's going to take years or decades. We do not believe that. We believe that when things turn around for Venezuela, things will happen more quickly. The channel, I will keep you updated. Over and out.